Be careful of the fireplace. You could really burn yourself doing that. Oh, right. That doesn't matter for you, does it? Of course I know of you. Everyone knows of you. You've been wanted by governments with both pure and malignant intentions. There have been entire projects formed just to study you. Cults dedicated to you have risen and fallen without you even being aware of their existence. You are a wonder who has changed countless lives. A true hero. I'm aware you haven't felt like that, but it's just a depressive episode. You'll beat it. You're strong that way. Help me to something. Here I am, a stranger just broke into your cottage and you're acting like you invited me. Nothing surprises you anymore, does it? Either someone comes in desperate for your help, or they try to be the one that puts you down for good. And you just follow along no matter what. I understand, completely. When you have this much time, something is to pass it. Which one am I? You have no idea. These flowers, white roses, quite common to find on gravestones, freshly cut, so they should last a good week if they stay in that vase. And in a few seconds, they're gone. Such is the destiny with all things to be created. Some by my hand, directly, but the vast majority are left to the winds of fate and chaos. You look shocked. Do you not get it yet? I am the feeling crawling over every living being's shoulder. I am the fear lingering in the shadows. I am he who takes your loved ones away, he who gives you back to them, he who judges and punishes those who choose to live their lives in sin, he who rewards those who have lived long enough. I am the inevitable and unavoidable. I am the one thing that unites all mortals. I am the god of death, Remorn. You know what my touch can do. Now, let's see your... Don't bother resisting. There's nothing you can do to make me let go of your hand. If I were to do this with any other living creature, it would only take a few seconds for their skin to become bone. And in just a few more, they'd join me in the land of the dead souls. But look at yours. Just as soft and warm as the day you stopped aging. It's not like I'm surprised. I've tried to speed up the process so many times, but in truth, it's pointless. It's funny. Most of the time, escaping from death is the most futile action one can attempt. But for me, it's killing you. I know you never found out why, but I did. I learned the reason for your immortality a long time ago. In fact, I'm the reason you exist the way you do. No, it wasn't me who created you. That would be too simple. No. Centuries ago, Typhenus, god of all oceans, wished to court me. He offered himself so many times. He even boasted about how many gifts he constantly gave me with his waves and storms. Now, I never saw them as gifts. All those who drowned would have joined me, even if they never stepped a single toe into the water. Death is not a contest, but he was certain that I owed him all the love I had in me. I never liked him. His ego and his behavior were all... Ugh. I couldn't imagine spending so much of my eternal life with someone like him. If you'd known him, you would understand. No matter how nicely or directly I rejected him, he would never try to improve himself or learn. He'd see it as a challenge he had overcome his way. So, he did something drastic. Typhenus went to the god of all life and proposed an experiment. He wanted to know what would happen if he created a living being without the one thing that unites all living beings: my influence. He agreed, wanting to know how important death really was. He requested this new creation fit a certain description, the type of lover he knew I wanted to have, everything I value in the life of a mortal. To this day, I don't know how they did it. I've asked, but the god of life told me the method used could not be recreated or undone. In his eyes, when he recalled it, I only see that look on regretful murderers. No matter how it was done, she and a few other deities managed to create it. A baby which could not die. And all they had to do was place it on the doorstep of an orphanage and let it grow up. Yes, that is how you came to be. You had no parents to find. There was no secret ritual or chemical in your blood. It was all so you could get my attention. And you did. Stop me if you've heard this one. You've been hired to work on a farm at the edge of a small village. It doesn't pay the best, but you get along with your co-workers and the family that runs it. Life is as fine as it needs to be for a young adult like yourself. But one night, you hear horns and screaming. There's a fire in the distance, torches reflecting sharpened weapons, drying the blood, staining them. The imperialists. They've come to kill, steal, and enslave. You rush out, trying to find people and buy time for those evacuating. Your only defense is a pitchfork you grabbed without thinking. It isn't enough. You learn that when you come face to face with a soldier. He disarms you and plunges his sword right through a lung. You stop breathing. Every sound fades as your vision gets darker and darker. The last thing you taste is your own blood. And then you die. Or at least, that's what should have happened. Instead, once he takes back his sword, you get up. The wound is gone. There isn't even a hole in your shirt. You're more confused than he is. So, he stabs you through the neck this time and watches closely as your eyes shut. He releases the sword and gets covered in your blood until the neck patches itself up and you start breathing again. He calls his buddy for backup. The buddy slams his axe through the back of your skull, and the sword user slices you so deep your heart gets cut in half. But almost instantly, all your wounds heal. The buddy gets confused and calls his buddy. The pair hold you down, and the soldier slices your head clean off. Then gets one of the biggest people in the army to smash your head into several pieces. At this point, most of the army watches as your head disappears from the ground and reappears on your neck. The blood, dirt, and disease all vanish. Everyone gasps. It's like they were seeing a ghost. They didn't know this at the time, but there were actual ghosts with them. The reapers who do my bidding follow these armies, trying to gather souls as the battles rage on. They were astonished, as were the souls they were collecting. It wasn't long before one rushed to my realm and told me of this. When I watched the battle, I saw every soldier gathering orderly and disorderly to rip you apart and do everything in their power to finish you. It was a massacre. Tell me, how does it feel to have over 100 brutes killing you all at once? I see. You just went blank. You assumed this was an eternal punishment for not following the correct religion and just accepted it. By the way, we don't do that. But I digress. Your newly displayed powers had distracted the army so well that everyone in the village who was still alive managed to evacuate, and there was enough of them to catch the rebel forces' attention and seek their help. The rebels rode in and fought off the Imperialists, who were all tired from trying to kill you. And so, without even harming anyone, you had helped win the battle. You didn't save everyone, but you did keep the village standing. Thanks to you, it survived to grow into the city it is today. Needless to say, I became obsessed with you after watching that. Who wouldn't? I wanted to know if there was a limit. What if there was nothing left to heal from? How many times can you die? Does aging count? I had so many questions, but soon I started watching you for different reasons. Your humbleness, the kindness you showed others, the bravery and resolve you displayed when you tried to figure out this gift, your desire to do the right thing when you joined the rebellion's leader. And I must admit, you were very fun to watch. Who gets asked, "Hey, can I use you as a training dummy tonight?" and answers, "Just don't insult yourself while slashing me this time." Such a wonderful soul. A year later, the army found its way to the main Imperial castle. Taking a risk, you swam through a lake of molten lava and let the drawbridge down. You took fatal errors and swings for as many people as you could, letting yourself be used as a shield when necessary. I had a Reaper watching you. She said that you should have died 914 times that day. When the rebellion reached the Emperor, he tried to fight you all off. You lost, of course. The rebel leader offered you the killing blow. You deserved the glory for all those hardships. But you refused. You said, If my life can't be taken, it's not fair for me to take others. You follow this principle well. Yes, some people have died as a result of your action. That's war for you. There also would have been a lot of death if you chose not to interfere. What matters is that every chance you had to extend someone's life, you took it. That's what I liked most about you. You were just, which is something I'll never truly be. I wanted you. I'd felt empty for a while, and I thought you could save me. But after 50 years of watching your heroism, your bravery, I came to a terrible conclusion. You couldn't be mine. You instinctively rejected every person who proposed to you. The rebel leader, the small-town baker, the princess you saved, your friend at the farm. It would just be a reminder that everyone, no matter how close, would leave you behind. And me, I have duties. Any socialization or breaks are down in my realm, not here. No matter how much I wanted you, I couldn't just start a new life with you. It all broke me up inside. I was at my lowest. Then he showed up, the god of all oceans. He comforted me as I cried. He put his hand on my shoulder and spoke. The love of your dreams is unobtainable. Direct your attention to those that need to be obtained. I'm ashamed to say that it almost worked. But then the god who created you stepped in. He learned Typhenus' true plan and felt guilty for creating such a tragic creature just so someone could manipulate a friend. He told me everything. Typhenus didn't even deny it. To him, this is all just a point that needed to be proven. The only way I'll ever find happiness is to dismiss my duties and dreams and submit to him instead. I killed him. He wanted to be mine, so I made him mine. Today, he's still suffering in the area reserved for those who committed selfish acts of lust. He will be tormented there until he wants to find redemption or loses himself and ceases to exist. I and the Celestial Council appointed a new deity of oceans, and they're much nicer. The seas aren't as dangerous as they used to be, and I'm glad. Isn't it funny? Even under the right circumstances, gods can die. We'll never succumb to age. But even if it takes eons, someone will find a reason to kill me and be skilled enough to do it. Maybe it'll be you. You'd never want to kill me. You can't see yourself proudly harming the very embodiment of all death. You really are too good for this world. Such a shame that you're the one person who can never leave it. I've done everything. I can't appoint you to godhood, so that only applies to dead souls. I tried every method that could kill a god short of the apocalypse itself. Nothing worked. Do you know what it's like to be the god of all death? You get everyone. Major philosophers, political figures, scientists, storytellers, artists. Every dead soul who still has things they want to do or see or say. And even if they do reach satisfaction, many of them still choose not to fade away into the eternal rest. If there's something I want to understand, I can just find the person who invented it or perfected it. I can ask anyone, anything. I can watch trials of tyrants as they break the stands upon learning their damnation. I can watch close families reunite with love and care. I have everything except you. I haven't felt this human in so long. When I learned that you truly can't join us, it all came back to me. That universal feeling of desire and weakness, that desperate clawing at something I can't have. You were like a golden apple, dangling just out of reach, never to be picked. Until today. Don't bother resisting those chains. They're for my reapers when someone refuses to accept their death. The strongest humans have tried to break out and all failed. For the longest time, only the deceased could enter my realm. But something changed. A pair of hikers found a passage not too far from here that I didn't even know about. I have full, absolute control of that dimension. And I was so miserable, I wasn't even paying attention to it. Anyways, one entered the passage and was terrified of what he had discovered. He caught my attention. The energy from the area, the souls, and the godly presence of my true form got to him. But I just thanked him and gave him an eternal reward because I finally found it. You are obtainable now. And you need to be obtained. I'm going to drag you down to my domain by force. Either you're finally going to succumb to all the death around you and perish, or you'll be the only living thing in that realm. Don't worry, I'm sure you're used to sticking out. That look. Don't pretend you didn't want this. In your lifetime, the governments you've helped establish have collapsed and reformed. People you've watched the births of are on their deathbeds now, waiting to meet me. And you don't even have a single gray hair. You've been everywhere, done everything, made and lost countless amounts of friends. So many are down here. Tobias, Shinjiro, Makoto, Liana, Master Varian, Dahila, Vanya, Spike, and Evelyn. We'd be here for the rest of the night if I named them all, but they're down here, and I've spoken to them. They all miss you. In fact, some of them aren't going to feel complete and rest until they walk with you again. You were the only thing I couldn't have. was the only thing you couldn't have. This is how it needs to be. Please, just walk with me. I hope you live. I hope you stay as you are forever. Touching souls, it's cold. But if you keep your body down there, people have told me they've longed for my sweet, warm embrace. But me, I have longed for yours. Let's complete each other. Was there activity while I was gone? Any mortals getting in? Any souls running out? Good. You are both dismissed. And now, the final step. It's done. You're here. You're finally here. I can... Why are you backing away? Oh, yes, the chains. I should have guessed. And they're gone. Yes, just like that. You don't need those anymore, and neither do I. You see, on second thought, it's better if I just show you. Run. Anywhere. I won't move a single foot from this spot. Just run. Caught you. Sorry. I couldn't resist. Blame your reflexes. You saw me right in front of you and didn't even dodge. Unless you're finally coming around to being in my arms. 2 places at once. I was going to explain, but now I want you to figure it out slowly. I know you still like learning new things, so I won't deprive you of discovering them on your own. Look at it all. Look at the grey grass. Look at the tall black mountains. Look at the clouds blocking the sky. Look at the dark houses. Look at the torches lit with blue flame. Look at the flying, ethereal birds. Look at the souls. Look at all the different colors. They all glow. There is no sun. There is no moon. There is no day and night. This is the shadow of the living world. This is the final home for all who exist. This is the land of dead souls, and this is where you'll be staying for the rest of eternity. Come along. We have much to do together. And don't bother staying behind or going off path. You'd just be wasting time. Well, actually, I suppose wasting time doesn't matter now, does it? But you get my point. Now, follow me. As I said, you certainly stick out here. It's been a while since I've seen that many excited souls. Can't blame them. You're the first being of flesh they've seen in so long. Thousands of years for some. I'm so very glad you kept your form. We can embrace and cuddle and kiss, and so many possibilities. I want to explore them all right now. But no, not with you like this. Why are you still uncomfortable? I took off the chains. I'm aware of your living friends. But are they not what sparked the depression? To me, it looked like you couldn't handle seeing another set of people slow down while you kept running. So you ran away instead. Do you want to see them again and apologize for isolating yourself? Down here, it's all just a matter of patience. And if you really miss one, the deities allow me to kill one human early every 5 years, so... I'm joking. They're all good people. They can live. But why would you want to go back up there? Things change. Times change, but human behavior, it never does. You've seen them go from horses and swords to their new steam-powered toys, but they are still only human. They can only offer you human emotions and human architecture, which must get dull at some point. Contrasts that with the scenery here. Is this place not beautiful? It's all mine. One of 139 across this world. If you're ever in need of privacy, I'll let you use any of these. Only reapers and deities may access them, and that's almost always when they need me. Would you like a sample of just how wonderful these castles can get? See the staircase going around us? It would take us about 30 minutes to climb. However, and up, and up, and up we go. Yes, I ripped the floor beneath us out, and yes, it is floating. I can make it go faster if you want. Good. When I said I had complete control over this dimension, I meant it. Anything the God commands happens here without refusal. Not from his subjects, and certainly not from the dimension itself. Something like this takes me the same effort that you put into, let's say, moving your fingers. And we've reached the top floor. If you would please look out this window. It is quite high, isn't it? Believe it or not, this is on the lower end of the scale when it comes to palace size. I intend for you to see them all, but let's start slow and work our way up, shall we? These views, this land, it's all mine to share with you. You've spent so long among people in power, aiding them or fighting them. And now, that power is yours. Partially yours. What big thing down there? I see. The large crowd. That is an ultimate hearing. Every dead soul gets one of these trials. There are thousands happening as we speak. Ordinarily, I'd be presiding over something with that big of an audience. But for a while, I've been distracted by a certain someone. That's over 3 million people in that crowd, by the way. So never say you get lonely down here, especially with me around. Right, the soul on trial. That's Empress Azalea of the Sunstone Kingdom. Have you met? Right. She wanted to exact your blood for its secrets, and had you chased across the continent. Not like it would have done anything for her. You know what's funny? The Waruka Isles had mastered treatment for the kind of illness she had years ago, but she was too busy failing to burn them down to learn of it. And now, there she stands. If 60% of the people she wronged forgive her, she's free. She could spend her time trying to reach the satisfaction she couldn't in life, and earn the eternal rest, if she chooses to. And if not, punishment for the most prominent of the 3 selfish acts. If her primary crime is greed, she'll be plunged into the ocean of endless coins. The more she stole in life, the deeper she'd sink under copious amounts of shining metal. If she can swim to the top and doesn't take any gold, she'll be free. If not, she'll do it all over again. If her violent tendencies exceed her greed, weights will be chained onto her. 15 pounds per death she's responsible for. The only way to remove a weight is to get someone you killed to forgive you, or wait for them to achieve satisfaction and rest. She probably wouldn't be able to move until a good 100,000 pardons. And if her selfish acts of lust surpass even her greed and bloodthirst, well, you don't need to know about that one. It puts my mind at ease sometimes. Nothing will fill your heart with rage more than seeing people living in luxury while those they ignore and starve wander down here. Especially the children. Yes, there are plenty of children down here, and I hate dealing with them. The land of dead souls exists, so those with unfinished business can either achieve it or grow past it. All souls could instantly go back to nothing if the universe wanted. But it felt it was better for souls to return satisfied, rather than conflicted and unfulfilled. The reasons exactly are beyond my comprehension, but that is the universe's will. And here come these children, or these newborn infants. It gets so complicated with them. Too many times this place becomes where they grow up. Their unfinished business being life itself. Sad souls come to me all the time. Why did you take my son? My infant daughter died because of you. And all I can say is death comes for all. What else is there to say? I can't leave those souls up there. I can't kick them out and expect that to make anyone feel better. No one likes to see it, but people die young all over the world, and the only thing we can do is care for them. That's just how it is. I'm telling you all this because I want you to understand me. I know you had numerous bad experiences with autocrats, and you can't get any more autocratic than a deity. But I do care about the people here. I bless them with the freedom to do what they couldn't in life, even the selfish ones after some time. And I know death can seem tragic and unfair, but there's nothing I can do about that. I wish I had an answer for why the innocent can die young and the guilty can die old, but I don't. So, all I can do is try to reform them, wait until they fade away. This is a second chance for everyone, and so many of them love that. So, would you please stop looking so dreary and accept yourself here? Can't find the words, can you? It's not the dimension, is it? It's me. You've never been in a relationship of this nature. Well, if you need proof that I'm worth your time, you'll get it. Come along. Don't worry. This is our last stop. The thrones of deities are important to us. Some are regular-sized, so they can be on equal terms with those who wish to meet them, and others show their mountainous, omnipotent aura. I can't wait to show you how I look on my biggest one. But for now, this shall do. I'm going to give you a very, very rare privilege. You get to sit on a throne with a god. Yes, I know there's only one seat. Here. Look at you in my arms. As light as a feather, as snug as can be. Sitting here, holding you as if I'm rescuing you. This is better than any dream I could ever have. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but this is my first time doing this with anyone. Forgive me if it isn't done properly. I've waited too long, so please, stay still. Oh my. So, this is what it feels like. This touch, this skin, this feeling. I felt it before, a long time ago. It wasn't exactly like this. It certainly wasn't that passionate. But it was skin, and it was an embrace. You look so flustered and stunned. Your eyes are wide, your breathing is rapid. You're still alive. All of that affection and you're still... you. I want to taste your lips every time I'm stressed. I want to feel your touch. I want you to feel mine. I want you to acknowledge me. Not as a god who brings only decay, but an equal. I want to rub my hand across this beautiful face and feel... No, I can't feel human again. I'm a god. I'm death itself. I did this all so I would stop feeling so... Back to your senses, I see. Yes, I was human once. I don't remember that part very well. It's like trying to recall infanthood. Pointless and impossible. Okay, maybe not entirely pointless. And maybe not impossible, but... fine. I'll entertain you. Let's see. I remember a lot of corpses. Why were there corpses? Right. I was a doctor. No. I was a scholar. I was studying... mortality. I wandered doctors' houses and battlefields, trying to find people on the verge of dying who couldn't be saved. I looked at their eyes while they slowly perished. But why? What did I want to understand? No. Not that either. I appreciate the suggestions, but... wait. Yes. Well, that's it. The cycle of life and death. I wanted to understand its purpose. But I never found it out. Not in life, anyway. When I came here, there was a trial. I had no crimes worth punishment. But there was someone who was interested in me. And they were imposing and... no. Of course. The god of all death. He must have found my studying laughable. No, it wasn't laughter. It was pity. He felt like trying to learn the meaning of life and death was futile. I don't think he actually knew it himself. To not know the meaning of your own existence. I never felt that. I think you felt that as well. I became a reaper to continue my research. It would satisfy my soul, and I'd always wanted to prove an expert wrong. I reaped souls for a decade, doing personal favors for him when needed. Every time we met, we'd get closer to arguing. Until one day, we fought with words in a palace just like this one. He told me the cycle wasn't for mortal understanding. He told me I just had to accept it. I shouldn't care. The afterlife is just like the mortal world, isn't it? But I just got furious and yelled something out. If this land of dead souls is so much like the living land, what's the point of life at all? It struck him. I think, deep inside, these kinds of questions were eating away at him. Hearing them out loud must have broken something. After that day, he tried to kill everything on Earth at once. I begged for it to stop. I begged for this to all be a bad dream. But it seemed the apocalypse would be my fault. To my relief, all the deities united together and brought him down. But before he could face divine wrath, he just faded away. A death with no soul to leave behind. I wonder if he had a past like mine, or if he was someone who'd never truly lived before. When it was all over, the universe itself brought me to the Celestial Council. It asked about what all of my research had taught me about the cycle of life and death. I don't remember what answer I gave. I think the fear, the divine energy, and what happened afterwards clouded my memory. Well, what would I say if I were asked now? A touch of human skin is such a nice feeling. For them to know they could lose that one day. To know there could be a day they couldn't see their harvest grow or eat their favorite food. That's what drives humans to do what they love and live days like their last. Humans see death so they can understand it, so they can hold the ones we still have closer to us, so they can know what paths of thinking we should avoid, so we can be more and more accepting of our own mortality. Death is random. Death is tragic. And in most cases, death can be avoided. No one dies for a reason, but there is a reason why everyone can die. There needs to be a fear of losing human touch. There needs to be a motivator to value the things you have in life. I am that motivator. I've never thought of myself like that before. I was always just the inevitable. Any ungodlike feelings were just burdens keeping me down and desperate for you. But for the first time since I became Remorn, I like feeling human. I've always been human. Me and the deities. You're a real miracle worker. You know that? You may leave now. Not that I mention itself. That's never happening. Just my lap and the palace. You can take the platform, the stairs, or I suppose you could just jump down. That immortality of yours is definitely working. It feels like you helped lift a weight off my chest. With it gone, I can finally return to those duties I've barely put effort into for years. Starting with that rift, and how it opened in the first place. Yes, just like that. What were you expecting? I didn't drag you through that portal to chain you to a bed and break you. I brought you here for you. And that glorified cuddle doll wrapped in ethereal metal. That isn't you. Go on. See your old friends, and make some new ones. You have a lot to explore down here. Don't worry. I'll still be watching over you wherever you go. And if you need me again, I'll be close by. Much closer than you think. So enjoy this place, darling. I'll scoop you up when I believe we can take this further. Oh, and thank you for everything. You probably think you haven't done much so far, but just seeing you here, it's helped me more than you can imagine, and even more than I imagine. I hope it helps you just as much. Cade the Crusher. It's been a long while. Oh, don't take this meeting as a sign of weakness. 9 men and a small wooden cabin. Are you serious? There are over 100 ways I could take back what's mine, right now. I chose the direct approach because I was curious about the audacity. You knew I'd be coming, and this was the best you could do. What were you hoping to accomplish? Leverage over me. You really have no idea what you did, do you? Well, you have a human being in chains against their will. I'd call that stealing freedom. Slavery. And I put slavers very deep within the pool of greed. 500 meters per human captured and sold, to be exact. Do you know how long 500 meters is? Oh, dear boy, 500 meters is a speck of dust compared to my true power. So if you don't walk away this instant, I'll make the battle you died in look like a pillow fight. Never thought I'd see you back down. You should have done this more in life. You could have arrived older. Hello again, my undying darling. Ooh, is that the old amputate escape trick? It's my nickname for your favorite escape method. That is what you're doing, right? You'll find a way to rip off your own hand, it'll grow back, then you'll undo your other cuff. I've always loved seeing people's reaction to it. Ally and enemy alike. But I'll spare you some pain, and make this quick. Let that be the last time you're ever tied up. True, but when it does happen again, I'll be there. That was Cade of Trulaster. He was a little before your time, so he had no idea about your gift. He's been trying to get me to recognize his nation's independence ever since his last weight was undone. No, not Trulaster. New Cadeland, which begins at that tree over there and ends a little past where he kept you. It turns out that when you gather every king, soldier, and tactician into one place, there's no greater desire than to relive the glory days. So they form these little pretend nations to play war. It was entertaining to watch for a while. Imagine seeing all these figures from across history act like children, trying to figure out how to conquer and rule a land as unfathomable as this one. But some take things a little too seriously and get creative with their tactics, like you just saw. It must damage the ego to constantly be reminded that they have no power here. And me, commanding a realm, them, no one takes them seriously anymore. Up there, if someone disobeyed, they could be executed. But down here, what are they gonna do? Kill them again? Yes, you understand now, don't you? This is a realm of death, but a realm of peace nonetheless. I'm sure you've had your fair share of adventure and reunion and our time separated. As for me, I've been catching up on my duties, using my newfound energy to right a few wrongs and tie a few loose ends. But even a god has his limits, and that's why I'm here. Let us relax for a moment. What a beautiful love seat. It's comfy, large, and your favorite color. Don't worry about where it came from. Just sit down with me. Give me your hand. Don't ask questions. Just let me touch it. What a wonderful thing. Soft. Warm. You are the greatest addition to this dimension I've ever made. Disregarding motive, the deities made no mistakes with your creation. Speaking of that, would you like to know who I visited just a few hours after you left my palace? Typhenus. I pulled him out of the pool of lust and tore open a window through the dimension to show that you were with me. The fact that you would always be out of reach was a victory to him. If he couldn't have the apple of his eye, I couldn't have mine. It must have kept him sane. And so, when he saw that I could just take you and kiss you at any time, he faded away. To where everyone goes when they fade. The place they began. Beyond both of our comprehensions is a valley. It's controlled by the universe, and watched over by the God of all life. Within are souls that have lived, and have yet to live. I was there before I was born. You were... Actually, it was probably different for you. But everyone you know was there before they were born. Once a soul is done with existence, it will fade back to that place. they'll be divided into so many pieces. Their memories, personalities, interests. They'll merge into those new souls to help them grow. It's a form of reincarnation, shared amongst a collective. The older generations feeding the ones that have yet to be born. The clearer your head, the quicker and calmer the process. So, I only wish I was there to watch him die, painfully, for the last time. But I'd much rather be here with you. This is a victory over him than any further cruelty. I get to be happy with a kind person out of love, and only love. Nothing else. Which brings me to why I'm really here. I never thought that you were in any danger, and I wanted to feel skin again more than anything. But I actually came to you like this to tell you something. I want to start a new life among the dead. That means sharing a bed, a home, a life, everything. It means making our bond official to the land of dead souls and beyond. As in officially together. I believe it's called dating now. You've watched your fair share of romances in your time, as have I. How would you like to experience that yourself? You'll be established as the second most important person in this land. You can choose whatever title you'd like. After that, the fun part. Affection, gifts, matching outfits, ceremonies. Down the line, we can be married, if you want. We can even take in a few infant souls and raise them as our children. We can be a family. Haven't you ever wanted a family? Not ready? How could you not be ready? We've kissed. I know a lot of humans see a difference between exchanging affection and actually becoming family, but this is good for you. It means you'll be settled down here. Don't tell me you're still thinking of the living world. What more is up there for you? You're struggling to find words, aren't you? Deep down you know I'm right, don't you? I see. The skin, next to all those souls. Whatever your mind is telling you, don't listen to it. You belong here. Yes, you are. You just don't know it yet. This is your form of death. What a foolish question. You died of... It doesn't matter what you died of. You're here now. There's no going back. Yes, I dragged you here. Yes, you technically didn't die from anything. That doesn't mean that this isn't where you belong. This is where everyone belongs when their time is up. And when I arrived at your door, you wanted nothing more than an end. I know you value freedom, but some things are just more important than that. Do you see beauty here? Good. You do see all the benefits, right? Don't pretend you haven't felt happy here. Between. No. There is no going between. You're either dead or you're not. The flesh doesn't matter. You're still mine. I still need you. That came out wrong. This isn't just like any other death. It just happened, and there's no undoing it. Please accept it, and don't try to escape from her. I know I'm tempting fate by saying that. I've been watching you long enough to know that whenever someone says that, you prove them wrong with a hairbrush, a torch, some nice words to a god in your own decapitated head. But this is different. Very different. You can't hide your thinking face from me. I know all of your favorite tricks. Let's see. If I were you, what would I do? First, I'd ask the locals where they came from. Then I'd wait for when the god was distracted. I'd grab some pillows and run for a portal. If the Reapers come to chain me up, I'd throw the pillows, so they catch those instead. And then, I'm free. I was dead on, wasn't I? Except that wouldn't work. 1. Any portals remaining can only be seen and accessed by souls. 2. You can't distract me. No, you can't. I always have an eye on you. I've watched every conversation you've had here, every hug, every tear shed, every look of fascination and wonder. Everything. There is no escaping me, because I will never, ever leave you alone. I know I said I'd let you figure it out, but honestly, some things just need to be told. There is no escaping from this dimension, because it's an extension of myself. As in, I am the dimension. As lovely as your laughter is, that wasn't a joke. It wasn't a metaphor either. It wasn't anything except for a fact, too terrifying for anyone else to know. And if they do learn it, that fact never leaves their mind, even when they fade away. Think about it. The land's shape perfectly replicates the land of the living. I can summon anything I want, be anywhere I need to. And those places you've seen couldn't have been built without inhuman levels of labor, which would contradict the freedom I give my subjects. Some have tried to please me with the palaces they've built, and some were impressive, but they were nothing compared to the ones I can will into existence with a thought. No one truly understands me because they don't want to. They'd hate remembering that no matter where they go or what they do, I'm always nearby. Yes, I am here in front of you, and beneath you, over you, to your north and south. I am everywhere. But don't get things wrong. This isn't a puppet. You've been touching and talking to Remorn. If I'm being honest, there's just no human way to explain what I am. To put it simply, as simply as possible, you're talking to my mind, standing on my flesh, and breathing my soul. I know that sounds overwhelming. I was overwhelmed, too. Imagine getting your body stretched into an entire universe because you gave an answer someone liked. But it's the truth. Do you know what all this means? It means that despite the infinite gap in size and power, I still love you. I traced back the origin of the rift I took you through. A century ago, I had an immature breakdown over my desire for love, and it caused a small part of me to rip open. It was like tearing your vocal cords after screaming too loud. That's how much I care about you. There's only one thing I want. One thing that will prevent that injury from ever happening again. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. I want you to love me in the same way I love you. Please. Just say yes. Just say that you'll be my equal, my partner, my everything. Because I know that this is appealing to you. I know that this is the kind of thing you want. Something different. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you want to go back to how things were. Do you understand now? Do you understand what I meant when I said you belonged here? Now look me in the eyes and tell me that you want to stay. You really don't know. Your mind is storming, isn't it? You're at a crossroad and you don't know which path is correct. Every time you come to a conclusion, it feels like you learn just one more thing that makes you change your mind. You've never been in this situation before. At least not where the person asking you this wouldn't die after 50 years. For the first time, you can enter a truly new era of your life. Forever. What more do I have to say? Don't be ashamed. You're only human. So am I. At least, that's how I want you to see me. And that's how I want to continue to see myself despite it all. But if this continues, there's only one option left. Listen to me. I know we're both eternal beings, but I'm losing my patience. I don't just want you with me. I want you to commit. I want you to want this. But if you go down that path that begs for your return to the living, I'm afraid you're going to make me do things I never wanted to do in the first place. But if they are the only things that I can make you mine, so be it. This isn't a choice between the living and the dead. You're staying here, no matter what you think. This is a choice between which Remorn you spend an eternity with. If you're willing to give yourself to me, you'll remind me of my humanity every day. We can be happy together, like a human couple, just like on that throne. But if you deny me what keeps me feeling human, I might forget it entirely and go mad. I'll let you roam free for a while longer, but there's something I want you to do. Southwest of here is a palace. My largest palace, towering beyond the clouds. The moment it enters your sight, it will be impossible for it to leave. Once you've made your decision, I want you to enter it and climb all those stairs, every single one. Take all that time to reconsider your decision until you're finally certain at the last step. There, you'll see the most divine form I can take. It's at that moment that both of us will be completely honest with each other. I'll be honest about what I am, and you'll be honest about how you feel. And it's there that you'll make your decision on who you want to spend eternity with. Remorn, the human, or Remorn, the god. I don't want to lose what you gave me. You helped me find out what I am. You helped me find out what I need to be. You helped me remember and enjoy being human. Please, don't make me forget all of that. All you need to do is say yes. See you soon. This is it. The end. The end of all who walk. The end of all who feed. The end of all who love and hate. This is Remorn, the god of all death, as I was meant to be. Unmoving, uncaring, unending. The one constant of all reality. The end. I do not have a true form you can comprehend, but what you see before you is what I've felt like for so long. Someone who is above all. The only force that makes a true difference. What the world revolves around. Something that stretches throughout the cosmos, where even stars die. But this isn't what I want to be. For the first time in so long, I felt a warmth. I felt a connection to life, a purpose to be proud of. The cynicism was an afterthought. Beginnings mattered more than endings. Despite the terrible motives of your creation, you've been a beacon of light in a world of darkness, to me and to many others. You succeeded in making me feel powerless and yearning, but those feelings are welcome, so long as you're here with me. Next to me, you look infinitely small, insignificant, an insect to an insect to an insect. And yet, your touch undoes my power. It makes me feel defined by something that isn't death and punishment. Something beautiful. Something as common as demise, but far more wonderful. I want to feel weak. I want to feel mortal. And I want you to grant me those feelings now. So, what will it be, Immortal? Would you like to grant me salvation? Or would you like to learn the full power of a sentient universe? This is your choice, and your choice alone. If you weren't, I'd allow it. So, what would you like to tell me before the final answer? Thank you. I'm glad you can understand me. The last thing I wanted to be in your eyes is a monster. But why open with this? If you understand why I did everything, it has to mean that you agree. Don't tell me that you can relate and then reject every opportunity to get rid of our shared struggle. So that's it then. All the embraces, all the adventures, all that effort, just to leave. I love that sense of freedom you have. It outshines any attempts to oppress you. It inspires others to break away from what holds them down and become the purest versions of who they are. Never thought I'd be fighting it, but here we are. You think you have power over me, or a fraction of a chance against my divinity. I'm no mere king or emperor. I am untouchable, a universal truth. I can annihilate cities, countries, worlds. For your hubris against my love and denying me the one thing I desire, I shall make your eternal life torturous. Every punishment more agonizing than the last. I'll trap you in a room with the ghost of your worst enemies, drop you into the core of this planet, force moons to collide with you between them, launch you into the depths of space, make you wish you could die. You've been in my heart for so long, so maybe I should show you what that feels like. I'll rip my own chest open, and organs open, then place you within my godly heart. I'll let it regenerate around you, making my own flesh and blood your prison. I'll chain you to the very center of the universe. Let the loneliness evaporate your mind with madness, with your only form of communication for the rest of eternity being me. Oh, what's this? Have you suddenly gotten sick? Is your skin rotting? Were you dying? Finally, my power's become too much for you. It's going to decay that mortal skin of yours until it's bone. You'll finally die, just like everyone else. You'll become a permanent part of my dimension. Your skin will rot. Your flesh will dissolve. That soft touch of yours will cease to exist. You'll become a cold soul. Now, look, I'm the size of you again. The overwhelming power is gone. So why? Why are you still wilting? Why? It's the dimension. It's finally caught up with you. No. I don't want to lose your touch. I don't want to lose you. Please, don't die. I want you. I want you to live. Something just ripped. Another portal must have torn itself open. That means I can still save you. We need to get you out of here. Just stay in my arms and hold on to me while you still have your hand. It's not far. I can still save you. I just need to fly as fast as possible. There. See? Grass. Living grass. Real air. The sun is rising. It's going to be such a dazzling day. So, please just wake up and see it. Please. What have I done? You're okay. Don't let me go. Please. Don't let me go. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're sorry? For what? As much as I love your face, why break from the hug to make me like it? And now your face. Get away from me before you rot completely. How? It's fine again. Almost on command. Wait a minute. 163 years ago, I think. There was that really big adventure involving that crime gang who threatened the country. A few criminals cut off your head with a sword they claimed was magical. And when that blade met your neck, you actually stayed decapitated. They kept it with them as a trophy, ready to show their boss that they'd killed the legendary Immortal permanently. But when they traveled to the secret hideout, your head disappeared. It had warped itself all the way back to your body. The trophy had just been spying on them. You found out that you could resist the regeneration process if you tried hard enough. Just like someone holding their breath. Not enough to actually kill you, but enough to keep your limbs separated for as long as they needed to be. Or have someone dig into your body and place something within. You consciously submitted to my powers of decay. You were never in any real danger. It just looked like you were. Okay, that was a funny joke, darling. Scaring your future husband like that. I'm sure we can have so much more fun like that in my dimension. So let's go back through it now. Just stop stepping away. Refusing again. Do you think retreating to the living world is going to save you from your fate? We have talked on equal footing. How many times do we have to have the same conversation? This is for your own good. Is this really better for you? Watching everyone you love age and die, watching the countries you save get conquered by cruel empires or turn tyrannical themselves. That's more important to you than a loving husband. Then what is? What possible reason could you have to defy a god? Bad for me? You think you're bad for me? I love you. Someone like you could complete me. And you think your very presence is just going to make me a worse god? I'm not going to be happy until you're at my side, willingly or not. So stop pulling excuses from nowhere before I summon the chains again. And I won't be taking them off this time. To be honest, I love everything about you. But everything I love about you can be so annoying. Choosing the temporary humans over the eternal God. Using the chaotic and unordered earth over the dimension shaped by me. And for what? Do you dislike the dimension's color palette? Are you tired of the attention souls give you? Or is it me? Am I just not beautiful enough? What is it? What is it going to take for you to finally forget about this world? What human could be superior to me? How many people do I have to kill before you finally understand? I'm acting just like him. I need some time to think. But you will see me again. Be careful with the fireplace. You could really hurt yourself doing that. Huh. That's right. It's me. Don't worry, I come in peace. No chains, no reinforcements, nothing. I only want to talk. Help me to something. I thought you'd be more paranoid. After all that I did last time I was here, Actually, never mind. Whatever drink you feel like having, I'll take a cup as well. I see all your bags are packed. Actually, I don't know why. I haven't been watching you. I felt like what I'd been doing for centuries now wouldn't have been good for me. So I stopped. I assume this means you're finally going to leave this cottage. Does that mean you've overcome it? The sadness you've been feeling, I mean. Well, at least you managed to settle everything you needed to do in this country. I don't know if the pain will ever fully go away. But if you're ready to really go out there and explore the world again, I think that's a good sign. To new beginnings. It feels like forever since I've drunk something that I haven't willed into existence. Do you want to know something funny? This is the first time in a long time that 5 months have felt like 5 months. Me? Well, a lot of thinking and a lot of talking. It started with being miserable like I was before the rift. Then I actually started doing my job again. But it was during those hours that I felt something lingering, a feeling. I think I started fearing myself the way everyone else does. I was afraid of losing my own mind, just as my predecessor did. I came so close during our last meeting. I wanted to make it stop, but I didn't know how. I talked to so many other deities. Deity of all oceans, god of all fire, even the god of all life. I went to the universe itself, hoping it would have the answer. But it just looked back at me with its one cosmic eye and said nothing. And that's when I realized this had to be my answer, my choice, my decision. And I came to one. I'm going to resign from godhood. Yes, I know. It's insane, but kidnapping someone with hopes of marrying them was insane too. If I can't have the only thing that'll make me happy, I may as well get rid of what made me so unhappy. You made me appreciate the cycle of life and death more, and my purpose. But it's gotten boring. And I think after countless years, it's time for a change. It won't be immediate. I don't want someone to be thrust into this position the same way I was. I've had my eye on some potential successors. I'll train them, test them, and make sure they won't be weighed down by the same issues I was. This might take a few years, maybe even a few decades, but it'll mean a new era for those dead souls. They deserve it. Everyone deserves some change in their life. I don't know. I've never seen someone resign from this kind of power before. They either get killed by another god, or kill another god and get replaced. Well, not me, but that was because the Celestial Council didn't like him either. My soul could remain as an advisor, or I could go back to reaping souls, or I could just live out my afterlife like billions of other souls. Or I'll fade away forever. No need to look concerned. I know that sounds scary, but I accept this. I'm still a little unnerved. This all started because of my obsession with the cycle of the beginning and the end. To deny myself from that cycle would be truly selfish. As for why I'm all the way back in this cottage, I guess I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I shouldn't have taken you before your time. You're still here. You still have the people up here who love you. And you still have things you've yet to do. No one should take that from you. Maybe there will be a day when that immortality finally gives out, and you'll die permanently. And maybe there will be a day when you meet me again, among dead souls, or reincarnated. That's for fate to decide. Whatever fate is, not me. Could you walk with me to the door? I should hate you. You were made to manipulate me. You were the center of my misery for longer than most empires have been around. And when I finally had you, you used that same misery to escape my grasp. But I don't. The time we spent together was short, but I loved every second of it. And something being temporary just means it's all the more special. Could I feel human skin just one more time? I'm going to miss this feeling so much. Thank you. I hope we see each other again. But if we don't, at least we saw each other once. Farewell, true hero. Farewell.